I've seen people who left and went abroad, but because they did not settle these things with understanding and engaging by faith, they remain like beggars abroad. They would give them a job and mysteriously the person will say, I don't like you. You would think it's just some racist thing, but even if you come back home, it's still the same thing. How about families where women are the men and men are the women? You've seen those kinds of families? And they can be genuine Christians, but men in those families never feed their wives. They only marry to be beggars and remain beggars. You will see a woman paying school fees, building the house, doing everything, and the man is there. He will sincerely carry his CV till his children become teenagers. He's not gotten one job after graduation. I told you, even Satan, it's not everybody that hates him. Hallelujah. There are people who never hold money and it stays in their hand. There is a spirit and a curse upon the works of their hands. Give them 1 billion, they will be smiling. Ask them after 1 year, where did it go to? They will say, something happened, I borrowed this one, he ran away, this one happened, and all of that. Come on now. There are people who don't experience delay, but they experience what we call their pace with respect to time is too slow. They build one house in 10 years. They use 10 years to finish school. Are we together now? 10 years to finish school. The child goes to school and he will repeat one class 5 times, even though he's an intelligent. It's a curse. It's a curse. A curse from the pit of hell, I tell you. There are people who build but never eat. Just when they're about to eat, they die or something happens to them. I have seen it many times. That includes pastors. They raise people. The moment the people are established and it's the time to bless them, something mysteriously happens and takes them out of their life. I've seen business people like that. There are people here who are part of the rising of many people, but till today they are still paupers and beggars. Spirits for you. Hallelujah. Do you believe what you're hearing? Yes. I've seen people like that. Beautiful lady, wonderful lady, but the day a gentleman looks at you and says, I want to go and see your father, that gentleman will lose his job in 1 week, lose his sanity, lose every opportunity, and they'll just tell him, run away from this family. There's a spirit in this family. You see, this is what sometimes the prophetic ministry erroneously interprets as men and women being witches and wizards. They may not be witches and wizards, but for sure there are spiritual operations within those families that with intelligence they need to be delivered from. Hallelujah. I know people, as a man of God, I desire to bless them. I remember looking at them and said, I will bless them mysteriously in a way I cannot understand. I'm not that forgetful, but I forgot to bless them. Me, a man of God. And the person is saying, what kind of spirit is this? What is pursuing you determines how you run. Hello? It's not the same thing that's pursuing everybody. Others who they've paid the price for you. Some, you are the first person to rise in your family. There is no mention of the word honor or dignity in your family. There's no such thing. Now, not to get you, please don't feel offended, but there are people in families who never marry until they get pregnant outside. That's the condition. For as long as you say, I want to get married first, no, that spirit will not let you be. I know people who spend 15 years abroad and return back to Nigeria, and even the key to a car they could not have. They called all their classmates and their classmates are now exalted, and they're not comparison. What is it that stops the glory of God from manifesting? How about families that always kill those who become the lifters in those families? Have you seen it happen? That just when someone I just got a job, I just got an opportunity, my stomach, my head, and the person is dead. I came angry tonight in my spirit because someone, by the privilege of God's grace, sir, I've had the honor of taking care of a lot of families. I have seen 25-year-old widows with 4 or 5 children. How long did the man live before dying? absolutely nothing, and they leave those people 25, 28, 4, 5 children. Hallelujah. How about your destiny helpers forgetting you? You watch them on TV making pledges to people, and yet you say, uncle, just to remind you that I'm still here. Say, okay, you, I will remember. Immediately, once it is your own, they forget. Are you ready for the book of remembrance to be open? Just when they are dropping your CV on a man's table, someone will come and use your CV to wrap food with it. They are considering yours. They say, please pass me a piece of paper, and it's your CV they carry and wrap food with it. And you sit down and you are shouting, thinking your CV is in the office, whereas it's in the bin somewhere. He said, the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous. Do you know why? He said, lest he dips his hand in iniquity. I've seen people who love God. They are not lazy, but they live their lives begging. They never get to a point where they can live a decent life. No, they beg. Their wives join them begging. Their children join them begging. Their grandchildren join them begging. Their entire lineage lives by begging. Shout no way. One more time, shout no way. Whatever you permit, whatever you tolerate remains in your life. I'm saying this because everything that is not of God, it must let you go. Now, there are families where the parents and the elderly people remain, but the children die leaving the parents. You see a family full of old people with no young man to help them. He said, I write these things to you fathers. I write these things to you young men. I write these things to you children. This is what makes a complete generation. There must be elders, there must be young men, there must be children. No generation is safe without elders. No generation is safe without young men. No generation is safe without children. When Satan wants to suspend continuity, he looks for one of these three. If he kills the elders, the young men will become foolish young men because no counsel. When he kills the young men, there will be no continuity because the elders will pass on one day and the children will not have a way to be trained well. When he kills the children, you will now see the spirit that was in Pharaoh, and he was negotiating the exodus of God's people. Let some go and let some stay. And Moses said, you are joking. All of us, our wives, our children. In this place tonight, there are elders. In this place tonight, there are young men. In this place tonight, there are children. In fact, in this place tonight, there are babies. Our commission tonight is everybody must be free. There is nobody that is too young to be free, and there is nobody that is too old to be delivered. In 1 minute, I'd like you to pray. Every force tying down my destiny, you must let me go now. You must let me go now. You must let me go now. You must let me go now.